Hey guys, welcome back to my channel Natasya R1. Today's episode, we're going to be talking about how to do a bone broth fast safely. We'll get into the guide and the tips on how to do this amazingly well. So stick around as we get into it. So what is a bone broth fast? Well, a bone broth fast is essentially where you go through a short period of time where you do not consume solid foods or any junk foods or any toxic foods. It's a process of detoxing your body by consuming bowls of bone broth throughout the day based on your personal preference. And it is a way to get the best nutrients and minerals into your body in a much quicker and safer manner when you're going through a detox or a toxin flush program. So, as I mentioned, the word safely, how do we go through this fast safely? Short periods of time is critical. There are people who have gone through long periods of time on this fast and it's had a horrible effect on their skin, on their body, on their detox routine, and it's just not healthy. So a lot of people and Hollywood stars do this bone broth fast. They want to reset their gut. They want to reset their skin, especially, around the New Year's period where everyone wants to start off the new year with a bang. And so cleansing the body is a way of doing this. So who should actually do a bone broth fast? People who have digestive issues. Bone broth is rich in amino acids and L-glutamine, which is known to help repair gut issues and stomach issues if you're suffering with that. And people who want to go on a cleanse, people who've gone on a junk food binge and really want to reset their body and their mind. It's very spiritual as well. It's not just eating a bone broth. It's about taking some time, having gratitude, having solitude, and just really being mindful of the foods that you're using or eating to nourish your body. So why is a bone broth fast very important? Well, as I mentioned, if you want to cleanse your body and reset the gut, excellent. You want to boost your immunity. So you might be prone to infections or your immune system is quite weak. You want to strengthen it. It is fantastic for you. Bone broth has minerals and trace elements, which is fantastic for strengthening your immune system. It's also great if you want, to improve your skin, your hair. It has a lot of amino acids which will help you just for your overall health. So a lot of people ask, so how long should you do a bone broth fast for? Well, I would say 24 hours. If it's your first fast, I would do it for 24 hours. Some people have done it for 3 to 4 days, and that's generally the optimal time to go for it and the maximum. I wouldn't go beyond that. That's when you start getting into dangerous territory where your body is lacking sufficient protein or other minerals or healthy fats. So a fast is to reset the gut, reset the body and your mind and your spirituality in essence. It's also 3 to 4 days is sufficient for you to get rid of harmful bacteria in your gut once you're consuming this bone broth. Because remember, on my channel, there's also another video on how to make bone broth. You can do a beef bone broth or a chicken bone broth, turkey or fish, based on your needs. But remember, bone broth is nourishing for your bones, obviously, your tissues, your muscles, your skin. You don't want to overdo that, right? You still need to have your calories to maintain your overall health, especially if you're gymming or you're into fitness or you're an athlete. Bone broth is not going to be enough for you. Bone broth is essentially just to cleanse, just to reset the gut, to reset the body. If you're fighting infections and you need to reboot your immune system, then I highly recommend that for a maximum of 3 to 4 days. Again, monitor it on a daily basis. If you feel that you cannot cope and you want to eat something, I would eat it. Some people are so strict for those 3 or 4 days, they don't eat any solid food. If you can't cope, get some solid food into your body. I wouldn't do junk food. I would do maybe chicken, turkey. I would even do a stew. If you want to have a little bit of curry, you can. Bone broth is excellent for replenishing your minerals in your body. And the reason why it is excellent is because I boil my bones for about minimum 72 hours with apple cider vinegar, and then I add powerful anti-inflammatory superfoods like ginger, like turmeric. Black pepper is excellent if you have joint pain. There's a compound called piperine, which is great for fighting inflammation. If you suffer with inflammation, this is fantastic for you. So I highly recommend bone broth, but as I mentioned, my guide is short period of time, test it out for 24 hours or even 6 hours, half a day, and see if you can cope. If you can't, introduce your solid foods. Again, always consult your doctor before you do any fast or any diet or new natural remedy, because your body may be completely unique and react differently to a particular fast. As I mentioned, you can have a chicken bone broth or beef bone broth. Now, a lot of people ask, how do you know which broth to choose? I do it based on taste preference, but there is differences in terms of the collagen content. Beef is mainly if you want to strengthen your hair, your nails. It's a beautifying collagen bone broth, right? Chicken is more for joint pain. If you know someone who's fighting arthritis, who wants to heal their gut, then I would go more for a chicken bone broth. Fish, and people use fish heads and they make their bone broth. That's more if you want to, it is a beautifying collagen bone broth, but it's not necessarily for joint pain. It'll help seal your gut. It's more bioavailable than beef bone broth, so you can go the route. The other question I get is how much bone broth do I consume? I would do a bowl in the morning, again, and maybe after 3 hours, do another bowl. So you can do it in 3-hour intervals. As I said, you can break it up. If it's your first fast, maybe try and do vegetables in between, maybe some blueberries, maybe some pawpaw or papaya, which helps with the digestive system and has good digestive enzymes for you. Again, as I said, this is just a guide. You need to know your body and what works for you. Testing it out will tell you whether it's working for you. If you're feeling too weak, I would definitely have maybe a cup of tea or beverage. Try and reduce your caffeine, like no coffee. Herbal teas are better. Maybe have some honey or agave syrup, to get some element of sweetness. Generally, doctors recommend removing sugar during a fast because you purely want to replenish your body of all the good stuff. I would do it every 3 hours, add some blueberries or vegetables or fruit, low sugar fruit, and give that a try for 3 days and see how your body copes. And as I said, if you're struggling, stop it, go into your solid food, and you know what, maybe a 24-hour period is sufficient for you. Another question I get a lot is, what's the impact on your energy? Do you feel weak? No, you don't. You actually feel more energized. Once your body hits day 2, you really feel more energized. You feel lighter. Your mind feels less foggier. That's my experience. And a lot of studies have shown that you just feel mentally more aware and awake. As I said, it's also spiritual. You'll feel a little bit more connected to your spirituality, more sensitive, you have better mental clarity. So I think that's really, really important. And you'll notice the benefits of your skin. You'll sleep better. It also helps for muscle replenishment. It has 10 grams of protein per bowl. And the other question I get is, how often do you do a bone broth fast? I would do it maybe once every 6 months or once a year. I would not make this a regular thing because I'm just not aligned to it being a substitute for food or whole foods. Your body needs your healthy fats like your avocados, your coconut oil. You could add your coconut oil and your ghee to your bone broth and consume that. It's not an issue. But I just feel a holistic diet or lifestyle is more critical. This is just for flushing out toxins and just resetting the body when you've overindulged. over a period of time. So guys, I hope that you've enjoyed today's topic and content. If you like the channel and the content, please subscribe to my channel. Visit me on social media. I'm on Facebook and Instagram. And I have a website called www.natasiaarwan.com. So until next time, thanks for tuning in.